Happy spring of 2023. So, we are making my daughter's favorite dessert, and that may be a huge claim. I know she asks me for it all the time, and I don't know if she prefers it over my cheesecake or my chocolate cake, but it sure is a whole lot healthier. So, we're going to start by mixing the dry ingredients. Well, what we're making is cacao chia pudding. Okay, now the measurements don't have to be exact. This is a very forgiving recipe, but you want them really close. Chia seeds, that was 1/3 cup. And then cacao. I get mine from Amazon. I absolutely love it. And I always run it through my small strainer. I'll put a link for that as well. I'll put the cacao link. Yeah. Let's use what we've got. Again, it's forgiving. And we're going to run it through the strainer. Just breaks up the lumps. So it's pretty easy to put through this fine mesh strainer. You don't need a sifter. I have always found these strainers to work, and it's a lot smaller than a sifter. A lot smaller. Profile is so much less. So I live, let's see, my apartment, it's half a duplex, is a little over 700 square feet, and I have a decent kitchen, but it's certainly not huge with a lot of storage space. So I'm always conscientious of, keeping my utensils and gadgets efficient, and both space and for what the multiple purposes that they have. I don't know that I was trained that way, but it's certainly something I learned in the food industry. So there you go. It's very fine. All the lumps are gone. We are going to add salt. And for those of you that are avoiding salt, I use Himalayan sea salt. It's 1/3 less lower in sodium. And salt is a flavor enhancer. So I think that you need to add some to everything you make. Plus, sodium is a mineral that we need. Okay, so we're mixing that up pretty well. And then we're going to go to the stove, warm up the coconut milk. Oh yeah, this is gluten-free, non-dairy, and sugar-free. It's sweetened with maple syrup or honey. Okay. We're back at the stove. And this is Trader Joe's coconut milk. And if you've never used it before, you want to be careful puncturing that layer of coconut oil on the top. Now, last time I did a video with Trader Joe's coconut oil, I noticed that there was a consistency difference. And I'm not sure what that was. I hadn't noticed it before. And I won't know until this is warmed up if we still have that. Could have just been a batch of it. I don't know. So we're going to turn this on low because we don't want to get it hot. We just want to warm it up to melt the coconut oil so that it blends in to the coconut milk, coconut water, and makes coconut milk. All right, I am going to get out as much of the oil as I can. So the other thing we're going to do while this is on the stove is we are going to add the sweetener. And I'm using the same measuring cup that I used for the cacao because it doesn't matter and I don't like washing a lot of dishes. This is, again, Trader Joe's, my heroes, organic maple syrup. It is grade A, but it is the dark color, robust taste. There was I'm not sure what it's called, but I don't know. The maple syrup people got together and said, we don't want to call it grade B. That makes it sound like it's a lesser product. And this is actually the first pressing where the majority of the minerals and the richness comes out into. Did that make sense? So this holds the largest amount of minerals and nutrients. And this is what you want to use. And please use organic. Maple trees can be seriously abused on non-organic farms. Wow, was that perfect or what? I do have more maple syrup. You can use maple syrup or raw honey, by the way. And I do have more, but it's in a large jug. Trader Joe's was out of it for a while and they got it back. So I like buying in larger quantities for things that don't spoil. Maple syrup does not spoil, as long as you keep it refrigerated after you open it. So, we're warming it up. So we're melted. And even though I've added the maple syrup so it makes it a little brown, I am noticing that there is still, with this batch, an opaqueness difference. I'm not sure that it really matters. I guess we'll see with this pudding recipe. So, like I said, it's not hot, it is just warm. And now we're gonna add the homemade vanilla. I use Tito's vodka to make my own vanilla. I will always make my own vanilla. I'm very generous with my vanilla. It's super easy to make, and if you want to know, just leave in the comments and I'll do a video on that. So we're done. We are now going to move back to the counter and mix this into the dry ingredients. You want to do the mixing very, very slow. And this really is the most efficient way that I have found for this particular recipe. I will always give you the most efficient prep methods, because that's what it's about, right? My daughter's going to be so excited. She doesn't know yet. She's coming over tomorrow for a movie. Actually, you know, this isn't a whatever purpose platform other than sharing healthy, delicious, easy to make recipes. But we're going to be watching The True Cost. And it's about the clothing industry and how so many industries are fast fashion. And if you don't know what that means, it means that people are suffering because of choices that people make wanting cheap clothes, trendy clothes. They use sweatshops. They're practically enslaved. Definitely made to feel like they don't have a choice. Oh, I'm smelling the coconut. Yum, yum, yum. Paid very poorly, worked long hours in dangerous conditions. So if you buy fast fashion, please watch it. I think it's on Netflix. It's multiple places, but it's called The True Cost. It's a documentary. And yeah, she's 26, and she has fallen for the cute, styled after designer clothes, clothing of fast fashion. She told me the other day that she was donating 4 bags of clothes, and she just told me that several months ago. So I know that she doesn't part easily with her money. So, all right, so now that it's mostly blended, we're mixing the rest of the coconut milk mixture in. And that's it, guys. That's it. That's all you have to do, other than stir occasionally. So we're going to put it in the refrigerator. And it's delicious now. Let me tell you, it is so delicious. But the seeds are still hard. And as the seeds soften, they release a gel-like consistency substance and turn it into pudding. Okay. I will show you in a few hours what we've got. Okay, this has been 20 minutes, and it's not really thickening yet, but the seeds are starting to soften. So you can kind of see that they're getting, can you see that? They're getting a little gelatinous. Oh, here, let's get rid of some of the liquid. Okay. So you can really see, yeah, I forgot to turn my timer off. You can really see how the seeds are starting to gel. All right, so this has been an hour and a half maybe. And that'll be it. The next time you see it, it will be ready to serve.